What is up, everybody? It is your boy Bean Big here, and we are back with another video today. The two boys are back, this time talking about seasonal anime, spring 2021. It's 2021?
I know, right? It feels like that last year didn't happen, bro. I don't know. Yeah, but whatever.
So,
seasonal anime makes it all better.
Not okay. I guess.
Alright,
so Cole here, Zercone here.
Yeah.
Been watching seasonal anime for years now. You've been on the seasonal grind for like since junior, sophomore, 2018.
Yeah, something like that.
And I always watch the shows that I want to watch, like just one or two per season. I've always historically been a binger of anime. I consistently drop seasonal shows mid-season, including ones that I like JJK, which we're not even talking about in this video, but I'm starting to finish that.
Goddamn, man. I that.
But now that it's all out, I can binge it. You see?
I see.
So I've never been really good with this, but this time this time I have to be good at it. Like this time, my job's on the line. If by my job, I mean my hobby.
I mean, I've been doing this for a couple years now, I guess. But it's just easier for me to watch something like 1 week at a time. Spend 20 minutes a day watching a show, rather than spending
like
4 hours.
15 shows a day.
Okay, it's slowly been getting out of hand. I've been watching more and more every season, and I need to.
You surpassed my number. You were not even half of my number of anime that I have seen over my 10-year career of binging anime. And now you've surpassed me on pure numbers alone because you watch seasonal anime, which is why I have to start watching seasonal anime now.
I've been watching a little too much. Yeah.
Like I would say, I've probably seen more quality shows than you have on a consistent basis, because seasonal you never know what you're gonna get. But I always know what I'm going into usually.
Yeah. No, there's a few that I've watched that I'm like, why did I waste my time watching that every week?
I wish we did this last season. We could have talked about X-Arms, but.
I stopped watching X-Arm after like the 3rd episode. One of the rare times where I actually dropped a series.
Yeah, so now I'm here. I've been slowly trying to convert myself into a seasonal anime watcher.
Okay.
For a little bit, but it's always been something that's difficult for me because I just forget.
Yeah.
I appreciate that Funimation has a schedule tab. I wish Verve had that.
I use that a lot.
I wish Verve had that.
Verve doesn't have it, but Crunchyroll does.
Oh, huh.
But I still use Verve.
Yeah, Verve. I prefer Verve above all, unless I'm on desktop.
Yeah. I pull out the Crunchyroll schedule just to get a an idea of what's coming out and everything,
Yeah, and so we've been consistently not pirating anime. We're official anime watchers at this point because it's so much more convenient. Like, if you had asked me this question like 6 years ago, I would have said I have no idea even where to watch official anime other than Crunchyroll. But now we have Funimation services. Okay, we got Verve, which just puts it all in one convenient spot. High Dive Anime and Crunchyroll Anime.
Yep.
And some oddballs thrown in there too from other companies, but
yeah.
So there's only one.
Now that we can actually pay for those services, it's like it just makes it so much easier than pulling out a sketchy site.
Yeah, and there's only one show on this list that we're pirating, but it's because it's stuck in Netflix jail for the foreseeable future.
Yeah. There's a few that I plan to watch that I need to pirate, but
Netflix has so many good anime coming out this season, bro.
Yeah. So
oh, you know what? That's a good starting point. I totally forgot about this anime, but it did technically come out this season. Before we even get started on the weekly stuff, Netflix dropped all of House Husband.
Oh, yeah. Was it all of it or just some of it?
I don't know, but it dropped
So
five
only like
episodes.
5 episodes. Yeah, 5 episodes.
Like,
I did finish that. I did watch that.
So what are your thoughts on that?
Um, good, good, really funny.
It's
Um,
pretty funny.
yeah, it's pretty funny. I think I don't know. I like I appreciate it. I feel like it could have been better though.
Uh,
Just the adaptation
the
wise. Like
the
I think the content, like the base content
mhm.
of it, is great. It's like top tier.
I think
Um,
yeah, I think my
I just
problem
think the
was in
adaptation was a
presentation.
little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
it
It's a
feels
little.
like an edit somebody did online of the manga panels.
Hmm.
Like the way, cause like you can make manga panels like move and look nice in
Yeah,
motion, and that's what it feels like. Cause there's no real animation for some shots.
yeah. It feels like somebody kind of colored the manga panels and then did voice acting over it and
Mm-hmm.
put some music on it. Yeah, like
It's
it's good
serviceable.
that it's
Yeah.
good that it's there.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like I could also just read the manga and
Yeah.
get like nearly as much enjoyment out of it.
And I have read the manga, and I prefer the manga, which
Damn.
like you know sometimes I usually prefer manga sometimes, but
Hmm.
it really depends. It just doesn't feel different enough. For a comedy series, I want the anime to feel different than the manga,
Mm.
even if it
Hmm.
does adapt the comedy really well. We'll get into that with it was another series we're talking about today, but
Yeah.
manga and anime are two very different mediums, and so comedy is a little hard to adapt from one to the other.
Hmm.
And this is like fine, but I wish it leaned more into animation than it does.
Yeah. 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 Again, I liked it, but
No,
I.
and I enjoy the manga. I've been buying it officially as
Oh, nice.
the new ones come out here
Huh.
in America.
Yeah, it's funny. It's really
It's really
funny,
funny.
honestly.
Yeah, if you it's a Netflix show, so if you have Netflix, which everybody has Netflix, I like.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know a person who doesn't have Netflix.
I know a
Honestly,
person who doesn't have Netflix.
is that saying?
Yeah, I'd say.
Okay. Sorry to name drop him, but
No, it's fine. He's been on this channel before. Um,
he has.
yeah, I'll show you afterwards. But yeah, so that's it for House Husband. I don't know if it's a Netflix funded show like a Devilman Crybaby scenario
Mm,
because I don't remember seeing any anime clips before it came out on Netflix.
yeah.
So I feel like it was an international Netflix release, which is rare for anime.
Hmm.
Um, but it does happen. You know, Devilman Crybaby is an example. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's that. We're just talking about that first because it's not on either of our lists.
Yeah. I realized that afterwards. I'm like, I guess that technically did come up this
Yeah,
season, didn't it?
but let's just start from bottom top. I've seen 13 anime, 14 counting My Hero, but we're not. Fuck My Hero. And you've
I've
seen
seen 19.
19, and you have a list of 30, so you haven't seen all the anime you're planning on
Actually,
watching.
I've seen 21.
21. 21.
I Yeah, I forgot to include the ones that I dropped.
So let's start at the one you dropped at the bottom, number 21.
Number
Because that's my
21.
number 13.
Yeah. Um. I mean, we just watched this one, like just earlier today.
Yeah.
Um. So I guess we haven't really had too much time to think about it. But first impressions were is just that it was slow
It was slow.
and kind of uninteresting.
Yeah, I'd rather
Um.
go binge Sailor Moon than watch. It's a magical girl series, but
Mhm.
there's nothing really stand out about it. It does you pointed this out. It does look different than a lot of the generic anime style.
Yeah, it has a pretty unique style to it.
Even if it does lean a little bit into the Sailor Moon style, like the magical girl sort of aesthetic.
Hmm.
But my issue with it is the colors feel washed out. Everything seems to blend into me.
Yeah, I kind of got the same thing too. Everything almost seemed kind of desaturated at the
Yeah.
same time too. It's kind of weird. But I mean, there were some visually interesting like scenes in it,
Yeah.
like with the like when time froze and everything like that. It
Yeah.
was bug designs on every surface.
Honestly, the transformation was kind of weak for me.
Yeah, no, there's like barely an animation to it,
Yeah,
man.
there's not much to it. And there's, like, the music was also, the sound design was also standout.
Oh,
It was
yes,
very odd.
it was weird. Because like half the time there was no music, and then when there was, it was really over the top and
Yeah.
loud. Um, I don't know, just a strange experience that one was. Yeah, I
Yeah.
probably won't continue it.
I'm
Maybe
going.
I'll watch another episode because
Yeah.
the plot was a little bit intriguing.
Hmm.
Um, Left off on kind of a
The
cliffhanger-ish.
the dialogue isn't much either. There isn't much there to keep you interested. There's a lot of the episode starts and ends
Mm,
with philosophical talk, like not philosophical talk, but like narration. But the
yeah,
narration feels like nothing to me.
yeah, yeah. No, it's kind of hard to keep track of
It's
like what
like
they're talking
it was
about at
like,
all.
oh, I spent like these days doing this thing, and my Onesan saved me, kind of thing. That's all I can
Hmm.
remember from it.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, that's Blue Reflection Ray. I'm definitely
yeah,
gonna keep watching at least a few more episodes. See where it goes. Maybe it'll get more interesting. Um,
yep,
I'm not
yeah.
opposed to
No,
magical girl stuff, so.
I might watch another episode, but with my schedule, I might not be able to fit it in. So we'll see.
Alright, what's your number 20 looking like? Another show you dropped.
Number 20 was Seven Knights Revolution, Hero's Successor. Long title. I think it's a gotcha anime. I think it's like from a like an anime based off a
Uh
gotcha
huh.
game. Um, just from the general feel of it. Like I don't know for sure. It just really felt like it.
Yeah.
Um, it's kind of interesting. It's kind of like set in a fantasy world with kind of demons. The demons were real interesting. They're kind of like zombies almost. They killed people, and then the people turned into like shadow demons and stuff. And
Okay.
it's kind of fun. Um, that part was pretty cool. But the plot of the first episode at least was just so cookie cutter. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's like there's a guy, um, there's a boy,
Hmm.
boy who just applied to the Magic Knights or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
I think they were literally called Magic
Magic
Knights.
Knights. What are we watching? Black
Yeah,
Clover, bro?
yeah, I know, I know. And then like his village is getting attacked and everybody's dying, and then a girl comes in and saves him, kills the shadow demons and stuff, and then takes him out of there. But then while they're on their way, um, one of the shadow demons, I guess, evolves or something like that,
Yeah.
and then goes after him, takes down the train. Um, and then, oh no, she can't defeat him. So it's like, oh, turns out the main character is actually super powerful, and he's got a
Wow.
super powerful like stands
Hear me
basically.
out. Turns out he's the chosen one.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, it's like
Just gonna blow your mind.
oh wow, I didn't see this coming.
Yeah, that
Um,
doesn't sound
yeah,
like much.
and then they beat him, and I mean, again, if you like that kind of show, I guess I'd say give it a go. It had some solid animation, had some solid character designs, and um, yeah, there's character designs and stuff. Gotcha game,
Yeah.
and cool monsters and stuff. Some fun violence.
Yeah, yeah.
But other than that, it was the plot was sorely lacking. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that.
All right. Well, let's move on to this is my number 12, your number 19. Dragon
Yep.
Goes House Hunting.
Yeah.
I don't have much to say about this show. I found it interesting at the beginning. It it's a decent comedy setup. A weak dragon
Yeah.
looking for a place to live. I like the slime part of the episode where the slimes were house hunting and they were hanging out as that realtor.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was pretty funny.
Um, I just felt like the episode dragged on for too long. If this was like
Hmm.
a season of anime that was like 12 minutes long,
Yeah, yeah.
but when
No,
we were halfway through, I was literally like, "Wait, there's no way we're only halfway through the episode." That felt like an eternity.
yeah, it's 'cause it's kind of just a lot of little clips,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of little clips kind of scenes going on,
Yeah.
little comedy scenes. Um,
There's-
yeah, and it
there's-
just kind of there's just a little too much for one episode, I guess. A
Yeah.
little too much to keep track of.
There's some beautiful harpy ladies in it, so there's that. But they're not there for long enough. They're
No.
not. He moves. The show moves on to the next section too fast. Like you don't really have time to stay in one place for too long.
Mm-mm. No, it's just I can't even remember what happened in like half the episode. There was the slime realtor thing. There was the harpies, and then the goblins,
The
and then the
goblins.
dwarves.
And then the fish dude, the fishman. I don't know.
Oh yeah, there was the fish dude, and then I think that's about where it ended.
Yeah, and then you ran into the realtor because he got jumped by some heroes.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And the heroes were stupid because they kept like posing like heroes. Like
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then the realtor just iced
Yeah,
them.
the realtor just one shot all four of them. The funniest part about those heroes was, I think the universe is set place in a turn based RPG.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Because the guy was attacking with his bow and arrow, and he was like one attack at a time, and it was like, yeah, keep up the DPS, bro.
Yeah. And then they all just died.
Yeah, they all just died.
That was a little shocking. Yeah, it's interesting. I'll probably watch a few more episodes, see how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a decent concept, pretty funny, but just a little too fast, and then I guess not not that special, I guess.
Yeah.
Nothing exceptional. But again, solid stuff.
Okay. And up next you have what? Go again.
Yeah, I have The World Ends With You, the animation, number 18.
I have
the first one we watched this season, I think.
My number 9.
Yeah, you have it a little higher than me.
A little higher. Mostly because I know I've been waiting for this anime, but I wish I could be more excited for this anime. I didn't really get much out of the first episode. The animation is pretty decent, honestly.
Yeah, it's like CG, but
2D at the same time.
Yeah, it's a good. They do the CG in a good way.
It's a good blend. It's pretty good animation.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, solid animation. Yeah, I guess it's an anime adaptation of a game made by the creator of Kingdom Hearts, right?
Yeah, it is.
Like that's. And I mean that's what it is.
He's got solid character design, like the characters stand out in my mind. I can think about all of them.
Yeah, that's also kind of one of my issues, is that I'm not big on the character design.
Okay.
It's just a little too simple yet over designed to me.
Yeah.
It is very recognizable to me, I will say.
Yeah.
It's just I'm not in love with the style, I guess. And so that's all. It kind of loses points there for me too, but that's like a minor thing.
Yeah.
Like it depends on the person. So
other people seem to be really excited about this show, but I think where it falls for us is I've only played the tutorial of the game, and you've never played the game.
Yeah.
I'm sure the people who are excited for this show have played the entirety of the game or are excited to see it in an anime format.
Mm-hmm.
But as right now, somebody who's only played like 30 minutes of the game, it's fine. I'm excited to see. Hopefully it gets better, but the first episode was just okay, with some decent action in it.
Yeah, no, it had good action.
Mm-hmm.
It was also just a lot of like, it was just a lot of.
It felt like really fast. It felt there was a lot of like almost exposition, but we don't.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of like places where it feels like there should have been like gameplay,
Yeah.
But then nothing. It just kind of
cuts
passed.
to the next.
Yeah, just cuts. Yeah, that was a little interesting. And then I guess I'll get my next one.
17.
Koikimo, I think is how that is.
Got a slapper opening?
It does got a slapper opening. From what I remember, I can't actually remember it that much. I wrote that down, but I can't remember it at this point.
I haven't seen this, though. You got the floor on this.
this series is strange. um, I can't. So the first thing I noticed about it was that um, everybody's audio sounds like they're in a like like they're
Yeah.
not in a room that is built for like sound recording.
So like this
Um,
room that we're in right now.
yeah, exactly. Like that's what the audio sounds like for everybody.
Okay.
Um, which is like I'm like
Did they?
I'm trying to think. Is it like
Huh.
is it like they're trying to record? Is it was it because they're recording from home? You know, due to the
Yeah.
whole situation going on, or were they just
Or did they do it on
like
purpose? Was it a?
like or were they just in a room like and they have like poor sound design, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
Um, because it's like consistently
Okay.
it's
For
consistently like
everybody.
tinny like that, yeah, for everybody.
Okay.
And I'm like, I feel like they're voice actors, so I feel like if they went
Yeah.
like did it at home, they'd probably have
They probably have good equipment and like sound stuff in their
yeah.
house.
Um, so that was weird. But I got over that pretty quick. It's not too. It's a little distracting, but it's not too bad.
Hmm.
Um, it the concept in itself is a little weird for the show. It's about a basically a womanizer, a guy
All
who
right.
just
You've
who's
lost me already, bro.
yeah, no, he's an awful guy. Like literally, the first scene he's introduced to, he wakes up next to a girl, and then he's
Okay.
like, "What was her name?" And then like
Okay.
stands up and takes a smoke, and then just leaves.
Okay.
Uh, just
Nice.
leaves her. Yeah. Um, who gets saved, and then she gets saved, or like he was about to trip down the stairs, and then a high school girl saved him, by like hooking an umbrella around his coat, pulling him
Okay.
back,
Hmm.
and he falls madly in love with her, of course.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, and but like to a creepy extent, and like I mean the show acknowledges this very
Okay.
much. Like that's the like the main part of the show. I think Koikimo is like a pun on
Hmm.
creepy or something like that. Um, but he just like he sends her roses every day. And his sister happens to be her friend. Um, and it's just he's like he, it's stalker, like it's stalkery in a weird way. Um, and she's just like not on board with it, but at the same time she's like I guess he's not being that like he doesn't he's being genuine to her, like he's being
Yeah.
nice to her. Um, he's not being like creepy or pushing his boundaries or anything like that.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay.
and so I don't know. I'm I'm curious to see where it goes. It's pretty funny. Um,
All right.
but it's just it's wild. I don't really know what else to say. It's kind of it's a weird show. It's a weird show,
Hmm.
and I don't know. Yeah,
Sheesh.
and the girl, I feel like it's important to mention the girl is not on board with him like
She's
right
not
away. She's
interested
not.
in him.
Yeah, she's not interested with him
Okay.
like right away. It's
Yeah,
not
it's
like
not
a
like anime.
stereotype. Yeah,
Anime shit
yeah,
be like,
yeah. It's it's pretty realistic in terms of the way it goes.
all
A
right,
little over the top, but yep,
all right.
I'd say check it out.
Your next two shows actually line up with my next two shows.
Yeah,
Number 16 on your list, number 11 on my list, Shaman King. Shaman King. I kind of want to withhold my thoughts on this show a little bit.
yeah. Till you've seen more.
Yeah, it's a shonen and they're gonna adapt the whole manga.
The
This,
whole manga.
yeah,
Oh.
because the original series didn't adapt the whole manga. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Um.
Yeah, you know how it
So
goes.
with shonen, you definitely gotta give it time. Like one
Yeah,
episode doesn't. One episode does not represent our shonen a lot of the time.
yeah, for
Uh,
sure.
but you got some spirit stuff. I kind of like the art style, although I've never really liked it all that much.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's unique. I'll
Yeah.
say that. It's just almost a little too unique, I guess.
Uh,
It's it's very cartoony, I guess.
Yeah, but not too much happens in the first episode. He makes a contract with like an old samurai
Yeah.
to be his partner. He can get possessed by spirits. He's the twin brother of an evil fucking spirit.
Yeah, that was kind of wild.
Yeah, that was actually the wildest part of the episode.
Yeah, how there's just a baby brought out a stand and just like almost murdered a few people.
Yeah, but you know, this might get its own video depending on how good it ends up being or not.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
it definitely, but it's too early. It's too early.
Yeah, it's too early to tell. So that's why it's kind of low.
Because we know it's gonna be long running. You know, this is gonna go. It's gonna air past most of the shows on this list.
Yeah.
So, it's way too early to call it, but you know, it's okay. And this one's stuck in Netflix jail too, so you're gonna have to pirate if you want to watch it over here.
Yep, this is the one we're pirating.
Unless you want to wait until who knows how many months from now.
Yeah.
For it to show up on Netflix.
I wonder if they'll release it like season 1, like 12 episodes. You know, I wonder if they'll release it like that.
I hope not. I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah. If they're just gonna wait till it's done, like 2 years from now.
I don't think they're gonna do that, but
that would be funny.
That would be bad. They need to release it sooner rather than later.
Yeah, for sure.
And both our next ones on the list, Joran and the Prince of the Snow and Blood. One of the more unique ones on the list, I feel like.
Yeah, it was real interesting.
It's sort of mysterious. Honestly. It doesn't tell you basically anything about what's happening. It just throws you in.
Yeah, kind of. I like that. I like it's kind of like show don't tell.
Yeah, you know. And the style is. I like the style a lot. Like the fight scenes look pretty good.
Yeah, it's very like thick lines too. Which I like. Thick kind of rough lines. I don't know. Kind of reminds me of Wano.
Yeah, we always come back to One Piece, bro. We gotta stop.
I'm just saying, man. That's what it reminds me
of. Oh my god. It does. I mean, it's set in like World War II Japan.
Yeah, it's not like ancient Japan, but it's like
it's old enough Japan.
Yeah, like it's in that like World War II era.
World War II era, like. The 1900s kind of.
But it's
early 1900s Japan.
Yeah, but it's also like fantasy.
Almost futuristic-ish. Some of the stuff in there looked a little futuristic. Got me some Ghost Rider vibes.
There's
flames and you can see their skulls, and I just thought Ghost Rider.
There's people with abilities to like turn into beasts or something like that. Yeah. And they had that blue fire.
So is this technically another Magical Girl anime? Because she kind of goes through a Magical Girl transformation when she does it.
She kind of does.
Because her clothes comes off and everything, and then it comes back on.
You're right.
Dude. So just watch this show over Blue Reflection Ray, bro.
Yeah. Exactly.
My number 9 is World Ends With You, but we already talked about it, so let's move on to your number 14, which is...
That's right. Nagatoro,
my number 7.
Yeah, this one might go up, but like I don't know. It was
ass.
funny, but like good. I don't know. This might actually move lower.
Yeah. I feel so bad for him, dude.
It was just straight up bullying.
Give me anxiety watching it because we're both like not that social either. Like.
Yeah, no, I'm basically like the communication levels of the main character. Like I've got about that much skill at talking in real life, and it just
you're pretty impressive on YouTube though.
Oh yeah, no, it's because I know that
it's because it's just you and me.
Yeah, just you, me, and you. But yeah, that it was honestly kind of unpleasant to watch it in some points.
In some points, she makes him cry like. He makes him cry twice in the episode, and you feel so bad for him. And she apologizes for it, but like I'm sure she does genuinely feel a little bit bad about making him cry.
Yeah, you could see a little bit of that at the end of the episode, which makes me think it's not going to be all like that.
All that, but first impression wise, I just like it hurts to watch a little bit.
Yeah, good God, it was just. Too much, man. He dropped this manga that he was working on, and then she, and then I mean, first of all, like, it's bullied by the other girls for like looking at it. For yeah, they took it. They're like, oh, what is this? What is this? It's worse than Two
It's
Piece.
worse than Two Piece. Come on. I mean, first off, how you gonna compare just a high school kids manga to Two Piece? Like the
The Two
world.
Piece,
Yeah, come on.
like the world's most popular manga,
Yeah.
bro. Like, come on. Um,
The fact that they know
yeah,
what it is, considering I don't think they read a lot of manga.
yeah. Exactly. Yeah, and they're just bullying this man.
It's sad.
It, it it's it's sad. It is kind of funny too,
Yeah,
but
a
for the
little
most
funny,
part,
but
it was just kind of
just
painful to
painful.
watch. Didn't I did not like her at all. But again, at the end, she showed a little bit of human compassion.
Yeah, she
So
did.
we'll see where it goes.
We will see where it goes. Um, but the opening was pretty good.
Yeah,
I did actually
opening
enjoy
was.
the opening. Um, Up next on your list, number 13, the unlucky number. I
Yep.
meant to watch this show, but I didn't. I have it downloaded on my phone, but I just didn't watch it.
um, I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my
I
level.
hate these names. Can
What
we
a
talk
name!
about fantasy names? Like, what happened, bro?
Oh my god, they're so
Shit,
long,
these are
man.
not titles. These are sentences.
I know, like at least abbreviate it. Like I think Konosuba is an abbreviation of something longer, right?
Konosubarashi Sekai, Fushu, some shit. Um,
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Abbreviate it.
Abbreviate. You have a catchy abbreviation at least if you're gonna have a show this long.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Um, it's good. Good. It's very kind of chill, I guess. It's cute. It's about a girl who worked herself to death. Literally, she just she spent her entire life in like for her career, and then she died at her desk. She just passed out and died.
Okay.
Um, and so the goddess is just like, all right, I'll give you another life, and this time I'll make you immortal,
Wait,
so that you
wait.
won't die.
So this is actually an isekai.
Yeah, this is actually an isekai.
So she dies and then she spends 300 years in another life.
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah, basically. Yeah, so she's like, yeah, she's like, I'll make you immortal, and I'll make you look like real young too. Um, and so then she gets isekai. Um, and so she's like, all right, I'm not gonna work like a day in my life. And so she starts killing slimes because like she kills like 25 slimes a day because they're good, like good money. She can get some like mana crystals out of it or something. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and she just maxes out her level because she's killed 25 slimes a day for 300 years.
Yeah.
Um, and so she becomes the strongest in the world. And so everybody's like, like she starts attracting attention like
Mm-hmm.
from challengers. They're like, "Oh, you're the strongest in the world. Let me fight you."
And she beats all of them,
Um,
I assume.
yeah, because
Okay.
she's absolutely overpowered now.
Yeah, yeah.
Isekai. Um, but it's funny. It's cute. Um, yeah, good jokes, good stuff. It's a little high up on my list. I feel like, um, over some other stuff,
Yeah, yeah.
just because I think recency bias because I watched it earlier today.
Okay.
But you know,
Yeah.
it's good. It's worth a watch. I would say
If you like
if you
isekai,
feel like
if
yeah,
you're
if you
not
like isekai.
tired of isekai at this point,
Yeah.
you'll probably enjoy an isekai. Honestly, if you're not tired of it.
Yeah.
Your number 12 was
Yeah,
My Hero.
exactly.
Do you
Huh?
want to talk about My Hero? I don't want to talk about My Hero.
No, I mean
It's My Hero season
it's
5, all right. If you're not but we're not gonna tell you to go watch it because you probably are, and even if you aren't, you're gonna have to watch 4 seasons to catch up. Like,
yeah. I mean, again, My Hero, good show. I'd say it's worth
show
watching
Bones
if you're
Animation,
interested.
one of the more consistent shonens out there,
Hmm.
in terms of animation and stuff.
Yeah, consistent in quality too, in my opinion.
Yeah,
And that's why it's here. It's just season 5 is good,
season 5 is
just as
good.
good as the rest of the series.
I haven't seen any of season 5, but I've read all the manga, so I know what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you like My Hero, you already know you like My Hero. So
Yep.
So I don't
Yep,
really
yep.
got much to say on this.
Yep, that's good. Good stuff. Number 11.
Yeah, sure.
You have this show a little higher than me.
I have the show quite a bit higher than you, but I also have like 5 shows less than you on my list.
Yeah. You don't. I guess you don't have that much higher. Hige Hero.
Yeah, my number 5.
Um, Again, another long ass title, but at least this one has a fun.
Yeah, at least this one has. I
fun.
just put it in my list as Hige Hero, but the full
Yeah,
title is "After being rejected, I shaved and took in a high school runaway girl."
yeah, long ass title. Um, yeah. What are your thoughts on this? 'Cause
I
you've
love the
seen more than
show,
I.
but I love shows like this, dude. And I just like you. I've already seen 2 episodes because there's 2 episodes out already.
Hmm.
And I watched
Yeah,
them
I've only
both.
seen the first episode.
For pretty much all of you, I only watched the first episode, even if there were multiple ones for this video. But this
Mm-hmm.
one, I just had to keep watching.
Oh.
um, because I watched all of if it was for my daughter, I'd even defeat the Demon Lord. I read
Mhm.
all of Usagi Drop, and now both of those light novels and mangas end horribly.
Yep.
So the hope is that this one can be different, can be better than those 2 shows.
Hopefully, the they will not end up together.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I guess we should probably explain what the plot is.
Yeah, okay.
Which I mean, I guess the thing is
It's a
title's
pretty
pretty
it's a
self-explanatory, isn't
pretty
it?
self-explanatory because it's a fucking sentence, dude.
Yeah.
This guy gets rejected, he gets us drunk, and then he finds this high school girl, and she offers to sleep with him, but he rejects it.
Oh.
That was my time. We
Is
went
that
over
30
the
minute
time.
timer going
We're not even halfway done.
up? Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah. So he finds a high school girl, and she's like, "Hey, let me have a place to stay, and I'll sleep with you." And this guy, full piss drunk, by the way, which we didn't realize until the next morning because he didn't remember the night at all.
Yeah.
Denied her because he's like, "Nah, I ain't doing no jail time."
Yeah.
Which I gotta give this man some respect.
God, I know.
Like, already off to a strong start with this show, man.
Yeah, already the main character, I love him. He's such
not
a
an
good character.
anime pervert. He's a good man.
He's he's a respectable, like, realistic human being.
Yeah. You do be liking them big biddies though.
You know.
Yeah.
You know. Anime.
But anyway, so he ends up taking her in because he feels bad for her because she doesn't have anywhere to stay, and he doesn't want a high school girl to go sleep around just to find a place to stay.
Yeah, and they're in Tokyo, and she came from
Hokkaido. Yes.
Which is from, like, northern Japan all the way down to, like,
mid Japan.
Like, that's a long...
That's a long way to go.
It's a long way. Somehow she ended up, like, all the way over down there, bro.
I mean, when you put it into the context of half of California, it's really not that bad, but...
Yeah. But I mean, for, like, a single person to go, like, alone, you know?
Yeah, in like a nation that has, like, triple the population of California.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so he takes her in, dad figure. This is dad wholesome times.
Mm-hmm.
With some side romance with some of his coworkers. That's where the rejected part comes in.
Yeah.
I've seen the second episode, so I know a little bit more about it.
Oh, okay.
But I'm hyped for this show.
Yeah, this show is really cute, I guess.
It's really cute. It's interesting because usually these shows don't have the female be this old. Usually they lean on the fact that it's a little girl.
Yeah.
And you get to sort of watch her age and grow up with a good father until the final arc. But we don't talk about it. The manga ends before that point, actually, canonically.
Yeah, actually, that never happens.
But she's already like a high school girl with some traumatic stuff because she ran away from home, like from her parents.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, she's obviously not, like, she's not a fully functioning human being.
Yeah.
I guess.
Because she doesn't even want to sleep around. She's only doing it because it's the only thing she thinks she can do.
Yeah, it's the only thing. It's the only way she knows really how to make it like alone.
Mm-hmm. So it'll be interesting to delve into the deeper side of that if they decide to delve into the deeper side. They might not. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, I really like this show just because it feels like realistic human beings. You know, it's
Mm-hmm.
like it's just it's just good. I don't know.
It's good.
Good characters. Good interactions.
Good characters. The second episode is really good.
I gotta
You haven't
watch
seen it,
it.
but so so let's just move on. It's a good show. My number 5.
Number oh yeah.
You're number
Oh
10.
yeah, you're number 5. My number 10. Um what is it?
Combatants
Combatants will
will
be
be dispatched.
dispatched.
I didn't even know this was coming out this season, but when I found out, I was hype as fuck because
Yeah, I didn't know it was
it's a uh, uh, it's a Natsume Akatsuki work, which is the same author as Konosuba, the legendary light novel and anime series. My
yeah.
favorite light novel series of all time.
Yeah, I know you love Konosuba, man. Like you are
I own every official release in America, and I will buy all of them when they all finish coming out. I've also read all of the fan translations online for the endings, the books that haven't been brought to America officially.
Huh.
But Compatible Dispatch is something I've been meaning to buy and read. Now the anime's out.
Yeah.
And it's just good comedy. Like, this is a comedy show. If you like some... He's got a very unique sense of humor.
Yeah, it's a very like absurd kind of over the top sense of humor, you know.
Yeah.
You like if you've seen Konosuba, you know exactly what you're getting yourself into.
If you want flawed human beings, he's very good at writing flawed human beings.
He really is. And making those flaws absolutely hilarious.
Absolutely. He's turning the flaws up to 11. But
Yeah.
whole,
Yeah, then another thing about this series is the concept of it
it's an
is really
isekai,
interesting to me. Yeah, it's an isekai, but like
but we're the bad guys.
yeah, it's like an evil corporation took over Earth and now they're setting their sights on other planets, like other dimensions almost.
Yeah.
And so they sent goons from the main planet to go take over the other planet, and that's our protagonist is trying to take over another planet.
That has its own demon lord issue. Like, it's got its own, like, political wars going on.
Yeah.
And he's out here helping aside, but he's eventually just gonna turn on everybody, I assume.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure he's gonna like work his way into like the government and everything like that, and just I don't know. I don't know
Hijinks
how it'll go.
ensued, perverted
Yeah.
jokes coming.
Yep. It's interesting because they're like have really modern technology and everything, like guns and stuff.
They pull out a
it's an
shoddy at one point.
yeah, and it's a fantasy like setting too,
Yeah.
which you don't see often.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like Ash vs Evil Dead. If you've ever seen that.
Nope.
Nope. Or not versus Evil Dead. It's just Evil Dead.
Evil Dead. Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, for some reason I think of the TV show first before the movie.
That's funny. I haven't heard of Evil Dead, but never seen it.
Yeah, Evil Dead. There's one of the movies. I can't remember which one. But he gets like sent back in time, and he has a shotgun. He's like in like medieval times. It's good. It's a good movie.
Interesting. Yeah, this is my number 4.
Yeah, this is my number 10. There's quite a bit above it.
But I have a writer bias on this one. Like, I'm looking forward to this, and I'm definitely gonna read the light novels. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
I feel that.
All right, you're number 9. You moved this low, bro.
I know. I just kind of kept going down.
I'm sad now.
As I watched like these shows, because the ones above it are just really good though. I can't. I mean, maybe I'll move this one to right now just so we can talk about it earlier.
Okay, you want to talk about Pretty Boy Detective Club first?
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, this is my number 6. Now his number 9. He just moved it down one spot. This show is very beautiful. Like, it's got a very unique animation style.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. I think me in specific, I really like these type of shows. Um, I don't know why. Just the really
You got something to say?
uh
You trying to come out? Because there's some beautiful boys in this show.
I mean, I will not say anything because they are all like 12 to
Right.
16 years
Man, we're
old.
adults now. We can't be tired.
I know, right?
Oh,
It's and it's just it's very interesting how young um the characters in this show are.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's just so pretty, honestly.
I
Um,
really like the girl. Mostly because I've always loved unique anime eyes and like pupils.
mm, yeah, yeah, no, me too.
And the
So
sort
that's
of
part of the reason I love Fire Force so much.
it was also it was the first thing he pointed out when he saw her, but it was also the first thing I noticed when I saw her.
Mm,
Is her eyes are like have stars in them.
hmm
Um,
Yeah, yeah, because I mean, her whole thing is like stars
right.
and stuff.
I'm a little worried that the show's gonna switch from character to character, and they're gonna.
Mm,
I think that's where it's going, where they're gonna solve different people's problems. She's just the first
mm.
case.
I think she sticks though.
Maybe, possibly.
I think I've seen like uh manga art, and I think she stays. But we'll see.
Okay. There's not much to say. It looks very good.
Yeah, no, it's very good. It's I don't know. I just like the whole vibe of it. It's kind of enjoyable.
Yeah.
It's just a really chill show, I guess, and
Yeah.
I like that.
Alright.
Not much to say about it
No.
though.
Let me talk about my number 8 before we move on to the.
Yeah, you go.
So this is one of the few shows that I have on my list that he hasn't seen. I think. Wait, is it the only one I have on my list that you haven't seen?
I think so.
Damn. I wish
Yep.
you hadn't seen Blue Reflection right now.
I mean, yeah, you're the one that showed me it, man. So.
Ah, sheesh. All right, so I watched Favorite on my dear Kramer.
Creamer.
I'm
I don't know.
going to say Kramer because I just assume if
'Cause that's how they say it.
that's how they would say it. They haven't said the title because I don't know what the fuck it means. I've
Oh,
never seen that word before in my life. And I tried to
I
Google it and I couldn't find any. Like it took me to like
I thought it was like a name, like Kramer.
maybe
Um,
maybe. Anyways, it's a soccer show. I
Jim
didn't know
Kramer,
that
American
going in.
television personality. Apologies for interrupting.
No, it's fine. But yeah, I didn't
Soccer.
know anything about it. But it's a soccer anime, uh, female soccer anime.
Hmm
Yeah, I like it. I mean, it's like right in the middle of my list. To be fair,
Yeah.
number 8 spot. But I don't know what to say about it. If you like sports anime, but not shonen sports anime, I think you'll like it. There isn't much. It isn't a shonen, I would call it. Although it is a
Okay.
sports anime. As it does lean into the being a female player in a sport that's like more men in it.
Male dominated,
Yeah,
kind of.
cause she feels like she wants to play with the boys. She wants to join the boys team, but her coach tells her not to go for it because in high school is when the differences really start to show.
Right.
Between physical differences, and
Mhm.
so his coach was like, "Yeah, you can play with the boys, but if you play with females, you won't stagnate. Like she assumes that she's gonna stagnate if she plays with girls because they're under her level.
Okay.
But the coach is like, if you're there almost to lead to inspire, then they'll grow with you. And so already there's this like sort of emphasis on the team aspect of the sport.
Okay.
And she joins a shitty school instead of joining the really nice school.
Oh.
Mostly because she sees another girl on the shitty school who's better than her. But she's also being held back by her environment, so she wants to sort of grow, compete alongside good players. Yeah, so far I've only seen the first episode. There's 2 episodes. There's maybe 3 episodes out right now. I don't remember. Um,
Hmm.
I'm interested. I'm gonna keep watching it. I don't mind watching sports anime. So.
All right. Yeah, no, the reason why I haven't watched this one actually is because I pulled it up and then saw that it was a sports anime, and I'm like, it felt unfair to do that to it, but I am not a fan of sports anime, so
I gotta get you to watch. We're watching Slam Dunk
I
on this
dropped it.
channel, bro.
Oh God, two
Doing a
doing.
Slam Dunk review, bro.
Oh God, okay.
I've decided just right now.
Why? Why?
All
Don't
right,
make me watch a sports anime.
all
I'm
right, bro.
sorry.
You know what? We're going by my list now. So you go ahead and talk. We're skipping your number 8. We're going to talk about your number 7
Yeah,
now.
that's probably a good idea. My number 7, Mars Red. Um, this one. I don't know how to start. I think it's World War II. Um,
Okay.
and it's from what I get, it's kind of set in a world where the British Army is trying to use vampires as a weapon to win, um, to win in the war.
I bet.
Yeah. Um, but vampires are like really kind of hard to control and everything. It's ridiculously powerful. Like I'll go into this a little later, but like Jesus Christ. Um, so it's this show is very visually interesting, I would say. It's got a very nice style to it. It's framed very well. A lot of the shots are super interesting. Um, and yeah, the whole first episode is like based around a girl who's a vampire, you know.
hmm
Um, but I mean, she's not like the character. She's not the main character. She's not who we focus on.
Yeah.
Focus on like a major, I guess, in the British Army. Um, and he's going to go see her. She used to be a play actor, I guess, and so she's just stuck like reciting lines from the play. Like whenever they give her, that's like the only thing she'll say. It's because she's kind of insane when she became a vampire, I guess.
Okay.
Um, and yeah, and then some stuff goes down. But then she just decides like, all right, I'm gonna escape now, and they're under like maximum security. Like they it's a whole like 3 minute long sequence of them getting into like where she is,
hmm
just going through like a whole like tunnel. Like they're on an island, and then she's like, all right, I want to get out of here. Um, and then she just busts out. Um, and so she's like reciting the play and everything like that while people are shooting at her,
Yeah.
and then time just stops and she just pushes the bullets aside while like reciting her
Ah.
lines,
Okay.
and then she just like teleports, like appears behind the guys, and it just kind of cuts like away, like to her just walking away. It's shot very interestingly.
Well, vampires do be busted though in most fiction. So.
They do be like, but like I have never seen a vampire this this busted. I don't think.
Come on,
Like,
Dio.
who?
Dio.
Dio. Oh no, you've. I mean, I guess the time stop thing.
The time stop thing, except she could just do it off rip, like he.
Yeah, and she's like not even like in control of her power. She's insane. Um, and then she goes and kisses the protagonist and then burns in the sunlight. Um,
What?
yeah,
She just dies?
she just dies.
What?
Yep.
Okay, all right. Well, maybe I gotta
Uh,
watch the show
th-
now.
there's a like it's a very pretty scene. Um, and then he's like the episode ends with him being sent to Japan to go deal with vampires there or something like that.
hmm
Yeah, it's Mars Red. I actually quite recommend it. It's pretty.
All right, you know,
Yeah.
I got a
Um,
vampire. I got a vampire video planned for my YouTube channel, but that's neither
you
here nor
do?
there.
Okay. Some secrets.
Some secrets. You're probably not gonna be in the video, but
Probably not. Probably not.
it's gonna be
It's
like
okay.
a solo video, but yeah. All right, Mars Red. Pretty okay. You're
Yep.
number 7. Okay,
That's right.
I'll keep
I
that in
recommend it.
mind. How about Super Cub? You're number
Super
6.
Cub. I just watched this one, so it's pretty high. Um, but it is. It's an anime about a girl who lives alone.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but she gets she lives alone. She has nothing basically. I think the first episode is literally just the girl who has nothing.
All right.
She has no friends. She has no parents. She just lives alone. She doesn't have a hobby. Um, but she buys a scooter called a Super Cub. You know, a Honda Super Cub.
Yeah.
Um, and it's that's it. That's the
I
premise of the
bet.
show.
Let's go.
So it's super simple, and but it's just so pretty. It's such a
Okay.
beautiful show. Um, it takes itself really slow.
Yeah.
It like kind of shows each of her like daily activities and everything, kind of how tall she feels, and then it goes through the whole process of her like getting the bike and everything like that. And it takes itself slow, and it's just got such a cool feeling to it. I
Yeah.
don't know. And then how happy she is when she gets the bike, like, and realizes that she can go everywhere.
Okay.
It's like,
Interesting.
I don't know. It's just a really kind of cute, melancholy, kind of chill anime, I guess.
All right. I feel
Um,
you. I feel you.
yeah, if you're into that kind of stuff,
I'm
I
gonna have to check
highly
that out
recommend
too.
it.
You see, I gotta not check these out though. Is the thing because my list already. I already feel like I'm watching a lot, but like, how do you do this, man? Like,
I don't know, man. I don't
hey,
know.
we both have full-time jobs. Like, how do you?
The weekends.
I guess the weekends, dude. Fuck. All right, what's next? The Snow White notes.
Snow White Notes. It's an anime about shamisen, the instrument.
Oh, okay,
Um,
interesting.
yeah. Um, it's about a guy who moves to the city after his grandpa died. His grandpa played shamisen, and he was the one who like taught him and everything. But then he's like, when I die, stop playing shamisen. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I guess he was getting too he was too reliant on him or something like that. But then he leaves because he's like, "There's nothing for me here."
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so yeah, he moves to the city. He meets a girl, um, who is like dating like a rock star guy.
Okay.
Um, and then I don't know. This is kind of hard one to summarize now that I think about it. Um,
It's alright. You don't have to summarize it if you don't want to. You can just go into your thoughts.
yeah, I'm just going with my thoughts.
I bet.
It's again, it's another show that's like super artsy, kind of shot super like interestingly, super unique. Um, but the real standout is the actual like shamisen playing scenes.
Okay.
Like they go off, like they go off on the animation. Like they animate every like hand motion to the song, and these are like long songs that they play with the shamisen.
Yeah.
Um, like full like 2-3 minute long songs like in the episode, and it is beautiful to see. um I don't know, it's just, and it's full of emotion. The characters feel all very genuine and real.
Okay.
um and it's just good. I don't know. It's got a good premise, like, good beats to it, good animation. It's, I don't know, man. And then again, the music scenes is just so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is
Okay.
good. That's why it's up so high.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. If you
Okay.
like music.
I do like me some music.
Yep. Now.
Now on to allow me to gush.
Okay.
This was my most anticipated anime of this season. And let me just tell you, I really wanted to watch episode 2 when we sat down and watched it 2 hours ago.
I know.
you like, okay, if you do not know what Megalobox is, it's a show that came and went in 2018. But it's got a pretty basic plot, but it made a splash because it's hand drawn in modern day anime, and it's lean. It's got a very clean aesthetic into it, and season 2 just leaned into it off by 500%. You don't even have to. The plot is so far removed from season 1 that you don't even have to watch season 1, which is why they just titled this series Nomad. I feel like you could watch this series and be like, "This seems like an original series, like I've just watched a boxer."
Yep.
Which
I haven't seen
attest
season
to
1.
it. Cole here, just I was happened to watch it while we were on Discord. And so
Yeah, and I was just hooked.
you
Like,
just
I was kind of familiar with Megalobox because it was one of the first shows that I was going to watch, like when I first started watching seasonal, but I never got around to it. I just kind of left it on the back shelf. Never got to it.
yeah.
But I've always been meaning to. So then when you pulled it up, I'm like, okay, cool, I'll watch this. And I was just blown away, dude.
Dude, not only like the first season had a pretty generic, like I said already, sports plot. Nobody who's fighting the lowest level of boxing matches works his way up to Megalonia, which is like, you ever seen Real Steel? It's like it's like the World Cup of boxing matches. It's the biggest boxing event in the world, and it's the first one. And he spoiler alert, he wins.
Yeah.
But I felt like the plot was always the weakest part to me. I always enjoyed the aesthetic and the characters. And the setting was unique because while I was watching it, I was like, this feels like it takes place in like Mexico. It's Mexico inspired. But it never really leaned into that. Nobody spoke Spanish in the season, even though characters in the background had rosaries and stuff like that. But first episode of season 2, it took the Mexico aesthetic and bumped it up to like 15.
Yeah, no.
We have people actually speaking Spanish in this Japanese anime, which I don't think I've ever said about any other show.
Yeah. Like you hear like Japanese people speaking English all the time, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've ever seen a show where not only were they speaking lines in Spanish, they did a whole song in Spanish.
Yeah, and the ending theme is in Spanish.
Oh my god.
You
Yeah,
need to watch Megalo. It's not our number 1. It's my number 3 and it's your number 4. But
yeah.
if you want an anime that's completely different than anything you've probably seen, aesthetically and like setting wise, something that leans more into Central America, which I can't think of any anime that leans into the Central America aesthetic. Megalobox Nomad is out here, bro, making schmoofs, and I'm so excited for the rest of the season.
Yeah. No, I wasn't. At first I wasn't. Well, like it was a sequel, season 2 to a show that I hadn't seen, you know, so I wasn't gonna watch it. But now I'm like, I gotta watch.
Yeah, you have to watch it.
And now I gotta watch season 1 to get context too. I'm like,
yeah.
Like more context, because like you can watch it without seeing season 1.
Yeah.
Again.
But I still recommend watching season 1.
Yeah, but I'm still gonna watch it.
Shit,
if I can fit it in.
Yeah. Megalobox Nomad out here, bro. If you like hands-on animation, if you like boxing, like Mexico, if you like Mexico, if you want something in anime that, I can't think of literally any other anime that has any like Central American roots into the anime.
Like I'm sure there's some, but none that I've seen.
Yeah.
Or even heard of.
Yeah, me neither.
And that's just the aesthetic. Like we haven't even gone into like all the characters and everything like that,
The fucking like
and all the events.
the
It's like
structure of the show. Like it's just an experience. The plot isn't that deep right now. He's just sort of a wash divider, but
yeah.
He's got some sort of PTSD. And it's like the way it's framed and like the cinematography is really nice as well.
Hmm.
So yeah. This the reason it's front and center your screen right now. Nomad Megalobox season 2. Check it out,
It's
bro.
good. Yeah.
Alright.
I'll
Before
go.
yeah,
Yeah,
go
I'll
ahead
go
and
next. Talk about Odd Taxi.
yeah.
Just the biggest shock this season to me, like the most unexpected thing this season for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Odd Taxi. It's a show, kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of a Zootopia type style to it, where like all the characters are anthropomorphized animals.
Yeah.
Um, but it doesn't really play into that too much.
Okay.
They're just kind of there. It's kind of there for fun designs and everything. Um, they do like make reference to the characters and everything, but they're all pretty. They act human, They'd say it's a human society. Um, but it's an anime about a taxi driver,
Okay.
Odd Taxi, um, who has like he's very he's kind of an old guy, He's kind of very um,
Alright.
grumpy old guy. I don't know, but it's just the scenes that it has are very. It's really hard to kind of talk about it because it's very unique. It's
Yeah.
very like interesting. There's scenes last a while and it focuses on like one thing, but it's all kind of interconnected. Um, all these like separate scenes happening. They're kind of leading to one like plot line, like central plot line going throughout like the show. I'm guessing about this kidnapped girl. Um, like one of the first articles is about this girl that like disappeared um,
Mm-hmm.
and is kidnapped. And then you learn like more clues about it, and then there's like it's very like crimey, I guess. Like it's like a good crime show, I guess. Um,
Okay.
set from the perspective of like a kind of old grumpy taxi driver who gets to
Alright.
know like a lot of things because of he carries a lot of people around,
Mm.
It's good stuff. Good stuff. I really recommend it. It's got a
Interesting.
good style to it. Really good style. Um, very creative.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay. I might check it. I was thinking about it too, so might check it
Mhm.
out. Alright. Let's talk about Tokyo Revengers next. My number
Yeah.
2. Your
Yeah.
number 9, number 8, which come
Number
on, man.
7. It might. I don't know.
I don't
I'll
know.
have
We'll have to
to.
see where it goes.
Yeah.
It was one of the first ones we watched this season,
Mhm.
and it reminds me a lot of Erased if you've ever seen that, which I know you haven't, Cole.
I have not.
But it's about this guy who he finds out that his middle school girlfriend died on the news, and he's pretty sad about it for a little bit. And then he's about to die because he gets pushed in front of a train track, but he ends up leaping back in time and living out probably the worst day of his life again.
Yeah. Like
Um,
where he gets the shit beat out of him by a bunch of like high
high
schoolers.
school kids, yeah, kicked the shit out of him and his friends, and it was the turning point in his life where he decided, I'm gonna leave this town and just go exist, not even like live really. He just exists.
Mhm.
Um, but at the end of the day, he goes back to see his childhood girlfriend, uh, and he starts crying because he realized that was the only girl he ever loved. Um, and then he talks to her brother on a complete coincidence. He runs into him, And he's like, "Oh, I'm from the future." Well, you know what? Actually, I don't want to spoil this. Go watch it. But time travel shenanigans. He jumps back into the future and he's alive suddenly because he changed something in the past. That was the pretty much the hook of the show.
Yeah, like
Um,
while we were watching it, you were like, okay, this is
okay,
pretty
he's just
good.
gonna relive his life again,
Um,
right?
yeah, he's like, okay, he died, so he's gonna relive his life. Kind of maybe fix things along the way.
hmm
Um, but then it just, and that stinger, man, and that twist,
That stinger where he
that
jumps back into the future, so we're gonna have back and forth throughout the
yeah,
season.
that just that just like blew our
Where
minds
he
when we
gets
saw it. We're like,
he gets to
what?
fix the before and then see the effects of the after, and
Hmm.
then decide I gotta go. It's gonna be interesting because we're not the first. He saved his own life on this run,
Yeah.
but who knows what'll happen next time? You know, these
Hmm.
time travel shows always throw twists in there, so something crazy is about to happen on one of these ones.
Yeah.
But it definitely made the show a lot more engaging,
Hmm.
and exciting to see. And I like the delinquent aesthetic. I've always been a fan of delinquent characters.
I do like that aesthetic too. It's very interesting. It's a very fun aesthetic.
So yeah, check it out. It's at my number 2. You have it at your number 8, but you know, I fair. You also have seen a lot more than me this season.
Yeah, I mean we'll see again. We'll see if we'll go higher or not. It's just I guess for me it's kind of lower because it wasn't shot as interestingly, or in
hmm
the art style's kind of a little more basic. But that's about it. It's
Yeah.
holding it back.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about your number 1 real quick. I want to save my
Yeah.
number 1 for last.
Yeah. Um.
What is Marudase Quintaro?
I don't know if I want to talk about it anymore. Um.
Okay. What is?
it's up there as a joke.
Oh.
Um. It's
All right.
um um
I wasn't ready for this. Was not ready
um.
for this curveball. I don't even know what it
I
looks
kind
like.
of just pushed it out of my mind. It's about.
What the fuck is this? I had to go on Verve. Hold on. Let me read this description to you guys. I haven't heard of this before. I'm gonna read the description out loud in real time, right here, right now.
Yep.
Makoto, a student and chairman at Onoderi Academy, has been targeted by the whole academy because of the will left by the previous principal. The one man who is able to seduce Makoto with his superb sexual techniques will be given the right to take over as Onoderi's academy's new principal. But thanks to Kintaro, his bodyguard and boyfriend, Makoto has regained his peaceful life. One day, enemies are sent from the Onodiri Academy Kawakara branch that's filled with troublesome teachers and students. Can Makoto and Kitaro overcome all these difficulties? And what is the enemy truly after?
Yeah. Um. It is absolutely hilarious. In if only for the shock value.
Wait, is this BL?
Huh?
Is this like yaoi?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, there's not a single female in the show.
Oh, okay.
Um.
I'm glad. I'm glad I asked you to push. I'm glad you forgot about this because this is really funny.
Yeah. No, I would have. I, I completely pushed it out of my mind. While talking about this, I forgot I was at my number 1. No, it's it's only 10 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
But it is 10 minutes of just um um dicks.
Dicks.
Yeah.
Let's go. If you know what, if that's what
Cock
you're
and ball
into.
torture. Uh,
Oh, okay. You know, if that's what you're into, if that's what you're looking into this season, you got the show for you. This is the show for you if you're into BL.
Yep. it is censored, fortunately or
Ah,
unfortunately. Um,
gotta
what?
gotta docket some points because of that.
Yeah, it is on Crunchyroll, not on like High Dive or anything like
Should
that.
have put it
So
on High
it's
Dive.
I know
Just
there's
wait
no.
for the home release, the home video release.
Yeah, it does come with a content warning, like when you start the anime. Very very rightfully so.
You know what?
Uh,
That feels pretty good at your number one spot. I respect the drip. I
yep,
respect the
nope.
drip.
It is absolutely hilarious. It's mostly up there as a meme, but it is honestly hilarious. It's just it's just so absurd. It's
Oh my
it's
god.
so absurd.
Oh my god. I have to watch it now. Oh my god.
Yeah, again, it's
I've
only
seen
10
some gay
minutes,
shit
so.
before, so I'm excited now.
Oh yeah, no, this is league-ish shit. Like,
I'm excited in more ways than one.
oh, I see, I see.
Mm. All right, let's talk about our real number ones. That's
Yeah, let's talk
actually
about the rule number one.
couldn't have been planned. That could not have been planned.
Yeah,
Um,
no, that's good. That was good thinking on your part. Good coincidence.
yeah, I'm so happy right now. Anyways, let's talk about our real number one. 2 Year Eternity.
Hmm.
One episode out so far, but I wish it was all out.
Oh my god, bro. Yeah. I mean, this will. If you've seen our One Piece series, this will give you context. Not give you context, but kind of give you. Yeah, give you context
Perspective,
on
yeah.
how good this. Yeah, perspective on how good this series is. Uh, I I legitimately shed a tear, a single
Uh huh.
tear at the
If
first
you
episode.
if you watched our One Piece series, you'll know that I cried a lot during One Piece.
I I I I I got very close a few times in One
And
Piece,
I
but I
was
never
always
did.
upset that he never cried at One Piece. But he
Yeah,
shed a
I
tear at
never did cry at
this,
One Piece.
and this
But
man
yeah.
doesn't shed tears. Like me, I'd be crying sometimes. I didn't
Hmm.
used to because I used to think toxic. I used to be have some toxic masculinity, but uh,
Mm-hmm.
but now I stay crying because I know that's just how it be.
Yeah. No, it's good to cry.
Yeah, but
I just don't. Um.
you just built different. Uh,
Yeah. It's
you
just it takes a lot for me to like cry, I guess.
yeah.
And this hit it for me.
So
This. Oh my
if you
god.
know what a silent voice is, same author. So if you don't like a series that'll wrench with your heart, this you shouldn't watch this probably.
Yeah.
If you've seen
You
a
know.
silent voice and that shit like made you cry for like 2 days, and you don't want to watch another series like that, I respect the decision because this author is very good at making you feel something.
Funny
Um,
enough, I didn't cry when I saw when I watched the Silent
yeah,
Voice.
like he's a very good author though at writing
Hmm.
sad
Oh yeah,
scenes,
yeah, no. Amazing.
character writing, all this. Um, it's about an orb. Funny enough,
It's just about an orb.
that sort of reincarnates is the best way to put it.
Yeah, it like transforms into like what's around it.
Yeah.
I think it was like it was kind of described as it was so reflective that it reflected the things around it.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Yeah,
And you
and
should mostly just watch the first episode and see if you enjoyed it. See if your heart can handle watching a series like this because it is, from what I've heard, the series does get very deep into like human subconscious levels of like how humans feel and guess and all that. Um,
mhm.
uh,
Yeah. Uh,
but it is extremely beautiful. Like
it's yeah.
the anime, like A Silent Voice is a very beautiful animated movie, and I wish this show was animated better to sort of match it, but it doesn't need to be.
Hmm.
It
It's all right. I'd say the animation is
it's pretty good.
pretty good.
Yeah,
Like it's nothing like super super good, I'd
yeah,
say. But it's very like even so, it's really good.
yeah. But the strength of the writing just absolutely carries the show 100%.
Oh yeah. My God.
I was a little afraid that the narrator was gonna pop in too much, but he only popped in at the beginning and then at the end.
Mm-hmm.
He
Yeah,
just
nothing.
let you experience. So you just got something to go experience.
Mm-hmm. Because yeah, the orb, I guess, is the main character.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and at first it kind of turns into a rock, and then it turns into some moss, I guess.
Yeah.
And then a dog dies on it,
Yeah, a wolf,
and
I presume,
a
actually.
wolf. And then it like yeah, it transforms into the wolf. Um,
And the wolf has an owner, and so now this orb is sort of just experiencing the wolf life.
hmm
With this owner, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting because it's like this thing is like brand new. Like it's
yeah.
immortal, but it doesn't know
What it is yet?
life. Yeah, it doesn't know life. It
Is it?
doesn't know what it is.
It barely like became sentient recently when it turned into a wolf.
Yeah, and I think one line that stuck out to me was when it became the wolf had a wound in its like leg,
Yeah,
and that was its first dose of pain, like its first discomfort
yeah.
in its entire life. And yeah,
I'm excited to see
it's
where the series is going. I was planning on reading the manga. It's funny enough. When I was watching the first episode, I didn't recognize the title, but I recognized the premise, and I was sitting there like, this fucking orb. I know this fucking
yeah,
orb. So I
I know.
didn't cry during this episode because I already knew it was coming.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, if I had gone into this completely blind, I would have been gone. Like, don't even
Yeah, no, I was gone, dude.
turn my emotions to dust, or like.
Like again, a single tear, like my eyes teared up, and I squeezed them, and then it just
Just
it went down. I'm like,
yeah.
oh. Yeah, no,
So
it's just beautiful.
not everybody's into that kind of series, but if you are, you need to check the
hmm
show out.
Oh yeah, yeah, no. If you don't want to cry, don't watch it. But um, yeah, no. If it's just otherwise, it's just I recommend it for like
Yep.
anybody. It's just such a beautiful story. Like, and this is only episode 1. I don't even know where it goes from
I don't
here.
need, dude. I can't. I don't even know where it's gonna go from here. I'm so excited. Um,
Me too,
I'm so excited. And I'm glad I haven't read the manga because now I get to experience this animated, and
man.
eventually I will read the manga after the show finishes. But
Yeah, yeah,
but yeah, man,
yeah.
that's the spring anime of 2020. Yeah,
2021.
2020. Fuck.
You fool.
2020. Fuck. It's 2021.
I know.
I can't believe it. Okay. Damn.
Yep. I know, right? It's
Shee.
a long video.
This is a long video, but thanks for watching.
Yep.
We're gonna keep watching more shows this season. We're probably gonna drop more shows. I'm gonna definitely try and add a few. Cole's got some that he didn't even get to finish in time for this episode.
Nope. Nope. There's a lot of season 2s that I gotta watch. A lot of and then not too much that I like. There's only like 5 or 6 that I gotta catch up on.
Mm-hmm.
That I gotta watch. But maybe we'll maybe we'll get you those when we do
Yeah.
our
Part 2. If you like this video, make sure to click that subscribe button, hit the little bell notification so you know when the part 2 shows up, so you can hear our thoughts on the mid-season of spring
Yep.
2021.
Yep.
In about 6 weeks. I did not think about that.
Yep. Nope. It's gonna be a little bit.
6 to 7 weeks. So, but subscribe to the channel if you like One Piece. Check out our long manga review series of the entirety of One Piece.
Just finished that up recently.
Yeah.
That was a journey.
Yeah, but don't worry, that series is over if you don't like One Piece. So
Yeah, no, we won't be
we won't be talking about One Piece for a while. Well,
well.
a little. We won't be talking about the manga for a while.
Mm-hmm.
There was gonna be more variety content coming onto this channel from Solo Bean, and joined by my co-host, basically.
Yeah. The second bean.
The second bean. The little bean.
Yes, that's my name now. Little bean.
The little bean. So dumb.
God.
So if you like the content, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you all in the next one.
See ya.